Hi, Eve here from vitamineve Nutrition Counseling. I'm passionate about helping people have peace with food in any situation, no matter what is happening in their lives. And today what we're talking about is how to handle situations where you accidentally get too hungry. If you saw my last video, I talked a little bit about why that's such an issue. I talked about, when you get too hungry, it increases the likelihood of overeating, eating too fast, not paying attention to what you're eating. And before you know it, you're stuffed, you're regretful, really feeling uncomfortable about what just happened with food. And so today is the second out of 3 videos where I'm going to talk about how to handle these situations where you accidentally get too hungry with more ease and peace and grace and a lot less panic. So last time, the tool that we talked about was ruining your appetite on purpose, actually having something to eat before you have your meal to kind of take the edge off of hunger. So did anybody try that? How'd that go? How did that work for you? So today, what we're gonna talk about is actually using mindful eating. How to use eating mindfully to help you slow down, tune into your body, and actually eat just the right amount. Because remember, when you get really hungry, it's really easy to inhale all of the food, I call it inhale eating. It's kind of like you're inhaling and you're eating at the same time because the body is stressed out, food is finally there, and we're really likely to overeat, inhale our food. So instead, today's practice is about learning how to use mindful eating to counteract that. And so the first step in this type of mindful eating is to center yourself, is to do whatever it takes, like take a few deep breaths. I like to say 3 to 10 breaths where you really get a chance to oxygenate yourself and recenter and come into the present moment. Because again, when we're too hungry, it's easy to be panicked. So finding something to do that helps you center yourself is a really great practice. In fact, many cultures and religions actually have a prayer of gratitude that's designed to help you recenter and refocus, come back into the body, and connect with the greater. So you could do a prayer of gratitude, and as you're recentering, something that I love to do is to set an intention. In the past few weeks, I've been reminded of how powerful it is to set an intention for how you want a situation to go. So you could sit there, take your few deep breaths, really center back into the body, and set an intention to really enjoy the meal, to be present while you're eating, to be present with your food, and also present with your body, and setting the intention for the ability to actually stop when you feel comfortably satisfied. So that's the first step I like to do when I do any type of mindful eating practice, is to center myself, set an intention. Now, the moment of truth has arrived. The food is in front of you. So what you want to do is, before you even start eating, just take a look at the food. Start to engage your senses, engage your vision, come back into the body, and look at the food. Notice the colors, notice the shapes, the dimensions of the food. Notice what there is to see about the food. Even before eating it, something I recommend that you do is even smell the food. Take a sniff. Looking at the food, smelling the food, this actually helps your digestive enzymes get prepared for the food that you're about to eat. So take some time with the food, even before you eat it. Looking at it, smelling it, really enjoying the senses that are present right when the food is in front of you. Then what you want to do is listen to the food. In the preparation of it, was there some sizzling? Was there a bag you had to open? Are there any sounds associated with this food? Sometimes you don't get to engage the sense of hearing until you're finally chewing, but sometimes, even cutting the food, there's some sounds associated with that, or peeling it open, that could also engage your sense of hearing. Then the moment of truth has arrived. As you bring the food to your mouth, whether it's with your hands or with a fork or a spoon, just gently put it in your mouth and notice, as it's in your mouth, notice the flavors. What flavor? How would you describe that flavor? The texture? How about the temperature? Notice what there's to notice in your mouth, and you want to chew. I feel like chewing is a lost art, but did you know the better you chew your food, the smaller you break down the molecules of food. And the smaller you break down the molecules of food, the greater the surface area. The more surface area there is to the food, the more your body could absorb the nutrition from what you're eating. So chewing your food is a very important aspect of nutrition and eating well. And when the food is almost liquid, that's when you actually want to swallow it. And something that's very interesting to do is when you swallow, notice as the food is going down your throat, notice where the sensation stops, where you can no longer feel the food going down your throat. It's actually really cool if you start paying attention to that. And so I love this practice of mindful eating. So you engage all of your senses. It's quite fun, and you don't only have to do this when you're feeling too hungry. I invite you to use this type of exercise anytime you're eating. Now, I've been in this situation where I've been too hungry, and specialists have recommended, chewing your food 25 times, or putting my fork down in between each meal, or eating with smaller plates, or using smaller forks, or cutting my food into small bites. And it turns out these things are really unnatural. They've gotten me out of my senses and into my head, and that's not what we want here. Using mindful eating helps you get back into your body and helps you stay present with the food. And what's so amazing, as you're so present with the food, as you're authentically enjoying it, as you're eating, using your senses, eating the way we're naturally meant to be eating, it actually slows you down. It slows you down, so when your body feels satisfied, it could give you the indicator that you're satisfied, and you could actually stop eating. I love how this works. So, mindful eating, using your senses to naturally slow you down, so when your body gives you an indicator to stop, when your body gives you the indicator that it's full, it makes it easy to stop. So, I hope you found this tip helpful. Leave some comments below if you found this helpful, or if you like this video, I invite you to subscribe. You could also go on my website and download the book, Stop Overeating Now, and it's the 10 reasons why we overeat and how to stop. And so I have great news before I finish this video, that I am a part of the Conscious Eating Evolution. It's a free online series, and you are invited as my guest. The link will be below in the description, and I really encourage you to join. There's going to be several people speaking, and they have so much wisdom to share. Again, it's called the Conscious Eating Evolution. It's a free online series, and I want to invite you as my guest. And so what we'll be talking about is how to eat to improve your health, empower your spirit, and help you thrive on the planet. And it's hosted by my great friend, Karina Weber. I really hope you could join us. I hope you enjoyed this video, and happy eating.